Welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie, the only podcast where you get to hear professional comedians taking a premise for their routines from unfunny to funny, and then to killer. Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. We are so glad you're here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time, if you're returning, thank you for giving us another shot. Yeah. We have a great show for you. We are sorry that we are late again. Can't be helped. Two professional comedians trying to coordinate schedules.
I mean, yeah. I was in Europe like 8 days ago. So,
oh my gosh, you went on the Europe trip.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was very European, but just then coming back, it's hard sometimes for us to coordinate all that.
And even if we can coordinate it, the Wi-Fi isn't always cooperative. So
yeah. When you're in the middle of the ocean, it can be difficult.
It can be difficult. But we are committed to the podcast. We love doing it, and we're going to keep doing it as long as we can, right, buddy?
That's right.
I think so. We got a very exciting show for you today. We have Vac, the bit that we worked on. I think it was two shows ago. About the evil hotel owners.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a bit that was, pretty much a combination of a few bad experiences I had at hotels while working on the road, and I made it into one awful experience. And and I tried it for the first time in Lexington, Kentucky at Comedy Off Broadway. So Nice. You're going to get a look at that. And we're going to show that to you in a little bit there. And I don't know about how you do it, Vac, but a lot of the times when I have a new bit, I very, very rarely write it down word for word, say this, say that, say that.
Right.
What I usually do, and you're going to see, it's so obvious in this bit that that's what I'm doing. The bit that we're about to show you. What I usually do is I have a premise, and I go, okay, well, here's a possible joke. Here's a possible joke. And I just find it on stage through improv or just through ad-libbing. And that's why this process is so effective, because I get to watch it. I get to see where I messed up and make corrections. And the bit usually gets better, like 50 to 75, maybe even to 100% better in the very next time.
Yeah. That's a part of this whole thing. It's rarely is it exactly the way we want it the first time.
Exactly.
Because we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But like you said, you get out there, you try it, you tweak something. Sometimes you think of something in the moment that you can keep. And that's all part of the fun. I mean, there are bits that I've had, well, just like even on this podcast, that I've been doing for years that I didn't even bring up to work on, but mentioned to you. And then we came up with other little taglines for it.
Yeah.
These things are always evolving. They're fluid, as they say. Sometimes you have it down pat. This is it. This kills. Nothing more I can do.
Right.
Other times you have another comic that can just go, you ever try to say that? Or whatever the case is. And it works. Or sometimes we just go home, listen to the recording or watch it and find what we liked, what we didn't like, what we said that was good, what wasn't good. And it's all part of the process, man. It's like writing a song.
Yeah. 100%.
Outs and erasers. And
very rarely do but I've done it. I've written it down, wrote it down. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It's like a script. Memorize the script. Go up there and do it. Very, very, maybe like a handful of times for as long as I've been doing this. Most of the time, I'm looking for it up there, and I just take a premise. And it's so obvious for especially for guys like you who've been doing it for as long as you have. I'm sure you notice, he's ad-libbing. He's, and once that's what's going on, for those who will be watching it on YouTube or on Spotify, you're going to see that. You're going to see it's that's my process, and that's always worked the best for me. But how about you? Do you find that's the best way?
I like to. I think it's easier for me if I have a new idea to just kind of say it out loud when I'm alone, obviously, so people don't think I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, right.
Or even just in my head, close my eyes and just picture myself on stage saying it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's where it kind of writes, like, and then I'll jot down on paper what I did. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Oh,
So,
100, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
and sometimes it's you got to get the flow going. Either, I mean, some people love to write it out, and that gets their flow going.
Yeah.
I like to say it to myself if I can out loud a little bit. I've been caught a few times in public, going over a bit in my head.
Same here.
Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going over a new joke. Oh, okay. And they understand it. But I very rarely have written something out in its entirety.
Me too. Very rarely.
So,
and I like, and that you're talking about where you say it out loud and you get to hear it in your head. I've done that a lot of times. Most frequently while driving to a gig, and you just say it over and over in your car. I've fleshed out bits in a couple of hours that way, and sometimes got to bring them to stage, sometimes not. But it's
that's it. Driving is a great way to write material because
absolutely.
When you're driving, obviously you're focused, you're driving, but if you're thinking of this new idea or this new joke, you're by yourself usually, and you can kind of just do it, like say it out loud or whatever you think, and then boom. It's almost like, when they say you're trying to remember where you put something, you can't remember it. And then 4 days later, you're not thinking about it. You remember exactly where it was.
Yes.
Okay? You're like, oh my God, I put it in the garage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like your mind you're thinking about it, but your mind is freeing of it. You're not forcing yourself to come up with something funny to say.
Yep. You could be driving, thinking of something completely different, and then it just comes in, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'll put that here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at this.
Let's do it.
This is the evil hotel owners bit that Vac and I worked on. I think it was two podcasts. I think it was episode 11. Was it episode 11?
Yeah.
And I brought it to the podcast. Vac and I worked it out. I had a chance to do it in Lexington, Kentucky at Comedy Off Broadway. And this is the first time this bit has ever been in front of an audience. Let's take a look at it.
Let's take a look.
They got us staying in a real nice hotel while we're here. That's always cool. It's nice to stay in a nice hotel. Because some of these hotels, they're a little questionable. Should have seen last week. I'm convinced the people that run that hotel are evil. Check it out. Not a bad room, decent size, relatively clean. If you don't mind toenail clippings on the nightstand, whatever. One contact lens on the other nightstand, that confused me. Don't you know when you're missing a contact? Or was a pirate staying in this room? What's going on over there? Pair of underwear underneath a TV stand. Yeah, that was a tough proposition. You ever try to sleep in a room with someone's underwear underneath the TV stand? Call down to the front desk and like, hey man, you gotta move me. We're booked. Great. But if you need any toiletries or anything like that, just give us a call. Yeah, do you got a barrel of sanitizer and a hazmat suit? I don't know, man. Wherever I walked around the room, I felt like it was watching me, the underwear underneath the TV stand. Wake up in the middle of the night, make sure it's still there. Felt like the little boy in Poltergeist with the clown at the edge of his bed. That's a tough one to get right there if you haven't seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, there's no way you're getting that. Okay. But you know what? All that I can forgive. The toenail clippings, the contact lens, the underwear underneath the TV stand, I can forgive all of that. You know what convinced me that the people who ran this hotel are evil? 15 channels on the TV. I didn't say 50, I said 15. 15 channels on the TV, and 4 of them were sports channels. It's like, I love sports. I don't need 4 if you're only going to give me 15 channels. 3 were kids shows, 3 were local stations, and then Lifetime just to kick me in the throat. 15 channels. Ladies and gentlemen, when I perform out of town, and I'm in the hotel room, I have no, I want to sit there and watch TV, you know? I don't go and sightsee. I have 3 kids. You give me 15 channels, you're my enemy. But here's what's convinced me that this might have been a demon that ran this hotel. Right there at the center of the nightstand. Right there. The current issue of TV Guide. That's Joseph Mengele level evil, ladies and gentlemen. That's torture stuff right there. It's like going to McDonald's and they hand you a menu for Ruth's Chris. All right, there it is.
There it is.
First time on stage.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not a line or two that you remembered.
Right.
That's a whole hunk. I don't know how long was that. Like
that was about I think it was almost 4 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
To do that first time out is really incredible. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Well, I visually had an outline in my head. If you can imagine it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say this about how awful the hotel room was. So it's basically in 2 parts, and then it's the why they're evil. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the I'm going to use a word here, and I don't know if it's the right word. I think the dichotomy of the hey, this place is a dump, but I can forgive all that because here's why these people are evil.
Right.
I think that worked well. I think that came across well. I have a couple of notes here that I wrote down. I think I got to sell the evil thing more. I think that was just one line. It goes, these people are evil. You know, I just think that they're evil. I think I got to sell that more. I think I can come up with something more descriptive, like these people are sick, blah blah blah. There you go. Oh, they're so evil. Yeah, and then go into the how awful the room is. That's just these are just opinions. This is
yes.
opinions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to either are you saying that you want to come up with a different word than evil, or make it one of those? These people are psychotic, despicable. Nasty, twisted, egomaniacal, narcissist, like a list of things like that.
Yes. Just like that, something like that. Where I say, I'm convinced the people, like just like what you said, but then I'm convinced these people, the people that ran this hotel, are evil. I mean, sick, twisted, maniacal, and then do all, like this, come up with a thing just like you did with like a list of the blah 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 evil, and they go, but here, check it out, not a bad room, okay, not small, not big, relatively clean, blah 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 blah,
Okay.
The contact thing worked well.
Yes.
The contact thing worked well. I think I wrote I should have used more of your lines there, like reiterated, like bumping into things, how did he get out of the room?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's only got one eye, doesn't he know that he doesn't have his eye? He can't, I think I should explore that a little more.
I think so too, because I like. I think it could be kind of a visual thing. Like you could do the guy.
Yeah.
Say it's a guy. Does this guy know he can only see out of one eye? Like, what is he? He's got the one contact in. Like, Is he walking around saying, "Oh my God, I can't see out of my other eye. What's wrong? I don't know. What could it be?" And go, dude, you're missing your like it seems like such a simple thing,
Yeah.
obvious thing. He's missing a contact lens.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on.
oh, why am I walking into the wall? I don't understand. Can he only turn to the right? Like something like that. Like,
Yeah.
is he turn? Is he walk? Is he like? Is he? Let's say it's his right eye contact he has. Is he walking around like this with his head like a horse? I mean,
Oh, this just popped into my head because he's a pirate. Um, he forgot his contact. What is doesn't know that his contact was he bumping into things? He leans to the side. What is he going? Oh, my scurvy must be back.
yeah.
My
Somebody give me an orange.
scurvy is back. Does scurvy affect your sight? I don't know. It just popped into my head. It's a pirate thing.
Me scurvy. Just
Yeah.
anything that sounds piratey.
Yeah,
Doesn't even matter if it doesn't matter if it's got to do with your sight or not.
Oh, the other thing I wrote down was I'm sure you noticed when I go, I'm calling down to the front desk. Well, if you have any, if you've forgotten anything, we'll provide it for you for free. Yeah. Do you have any? And I almost said KY jelly, and that's why I kind of laughed a little bit.
Okay.
Because it almost came out of my mouth, and I immediately went to the audience going, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah.
I just immediately saw that, so that's why I kind of laughed. Plus, I couldn't find hand sanitizer. So, and you know how when you see now the audience, they're just like unaware of it. They just thought it was part of the show, but we. And now everybody who's listening sees that for what it was, and what it was a mess up, and that can be deadly to a bit, deadly because it's all timing. It's all timing, yeah. And you screw up your timing,
This is what, Vinny, I'm telling you. I tell people this all the time. When you mess up a comedian's timing, or the comedian messes up a timing, it can ruin everything.
Yes.
Because it's not always what you say, it's how you say it or what you don't say. It's that pause and the look you give based on something else you had said earlier that they get it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of my biggest frustrations when people in the audience want to talk to you. I don't know if you experienced that or they blah, 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 blah.
All the
and then
time.
the crowd looks, what was that? And they miss your freaking punchline because your timing is off.
Yeah.
They just feel this need to want to talk to you or say something about the bit.
Yeah.
And you go, oh my God, would you they don't do that during a song.
Right.
You wouldn't interrupt the singer during a song and say, I don't appreciate that lyric you just sang.
Right.
And it means, now go back to your song. I mean, it ruins everything.
It does. It does. And when you trip over a line like I did, fortunately, I recovered very quickly, I think.
You did.
But it was but hey, you want to know something? This kind of stuff, Vac, this is what I thought would be interesting for people to see. A bit in its rawest form, in its its skeletal form, and you get to see it come from this, this little blob of nothing and shaped into something. So whatever. Hey, I hate that it's out there, but this is what we.
No, you should be proud of that.
Yeah, this is what we said we were going to show these people. So
that's right.
The other thing I wrote down was after I remember when I told you. Remember when I brought this bit to you, I said I imagined pausing and looking around before I said the channels. I said I see me doing it like this. I thought that worked real well. I was surprised by it, surprised enough that it kind of made me smile. And I thought that was wrong for the bit. Because after you see me kind of like, oh wow, that really worked like I thought it was gonna work.
Yeah.
And I smiled, and I think I ruined the moment. I think I gotta be saying 15 channels. You didn't hear me, I think I gotta be upset about that. So that was another thing I wrote down.
Yeah, well, you know what though, Vinny? That was one time. You'll never do that again in that moment.
Well, and you want to know what's scary to me, Vac? I bet you I'm scared that if the next time I do it, it doesn't work as well. you know, I mean,
Now it's in your head. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The other thing I wrote down was I should, and this is just me being a nitpicky jerk. Um, I got to get the channels down. I said 4 channels of this, 3 channels of this, 3 channels of this, and then Lifetime just to kick me in the throat.
Yeah.
By the way, that's my wife's line.
Oh, that's great.
We were watching the episode 11, and she said, "And Lifetime just to kick me in the balls." And I went, "Oh my god!" And I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
I couldn't say balls, of
Right.
course, because I was opening for a clean act. But yeah, so 4, 3, 3, 1, that only equals 11 channels. I gotta make it be 15 channels.
Right.
You know, but
All right. So yeah, just did four more of what do you say again? Four more
I
four
say four of them were sports channels, 3 of them were news channels, 3 were kids channels. So that means I need 4, one, and the Lifetime just to kick me in the throat.
um I like the idea of you keeping it to 3 things and then saying and Lifetime to kick me in the throat.
Yeah.
So what if you went 4, I don't know if you want to change it to 5
Well, you
sports
see,
channels.
I could also, because I just did sports, news, kids. I could do weather. I can do. There's 2 weather stations. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah. I mean I think this is one of those things where they say comedy comes in threes,
yeah,
but I think if you listed 3 things like sports, news, what was it, weather?
yeah,
Like, what if you went 5 sports, 5 news, 4 weather, and then you can just do the Lifetime,
yeah.
like 5 sports, 5 sports, 5 news channels. I mean, how much news? How much news? I mean, 4 weather channels. Are they all going to be different? I mean, 4 weather channels,
Are they all going
and
to be
then
different? Weather.
how much sports? How much local sports can you cover? That's the thing where I know lists can be really really good. So either come up with a longer list or tighten it and just make the number of channels bigger, like five
Yeah,
sports, 5 weather, or 5 news, 4 weather channels,
yeah,
and Lifetime just to kick me in the teeth.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Kick me in the teeth. Oh, I like that.
What'd you say?
Kick me in the throat.
Oh, okay. Either way, kicking me in the teeth is my. I always say that. So
Yeah, kick me in the teeth. Okay. Uh,
does that make sense? Like, I don't want you to.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, definitely. And the old, I guess, what is it? Adage of comedy coming in threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even though this will be 4, because you've got sports, news, weather, and then those are the 3. I guess and then you could say, and the punch would be Lifetime.
Yeah, but you
I'm
know what?
almost wondering if you.
This could also, it could be because remember we played with the idea of 4 sports channels. 4. Ladies and gentlemen, I love sports.
Yeah.
I don't need 4 sports
Right.
channels, especially if you're only going to give me 15 channels total.
Right.
3 of them were news channels. Okay, all right, I get it. Whatever. In other words, what I'm saying is, if I was just going to rattle off the channels, that would be great. But if I'm going to do a brief explanation of each one, then possibly the 3s may not apply.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See, this is something I'm gonna have to play with rattling off the channels like that in 3s, bubble channels, tuba channels, and Lifetime just to kick me in the throat, or playing with it and making it like a description for blah, 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 4 sports channels, 3 news channels, and I love the idea. There was 2 weather channels. What competing weather? What?
We have the worst weather. Maybe you can. I can almost see like the
2 national weather channels.
you know, they'll come on. We have the worst weather. Stay tuned for the worst weather right here. on weather 5.
Yeah,
Then,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
we have
yeah.
sunny, happy.
Yeah,
It's freaking weather. Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
like you have different radar technology from each other. It's
yeah. Watch our coverage of the tornado. No,
yeah,
our
right.
coverage of the tornado.
Our guy gets into the eye of the storm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Watch
dude, that's a funny idea right there. Competing weather stations,
competing weather
competing
stations.
no, competing national weather
Yeah,
stations. Yeah. Check out the color of our map. It's better.
yeah, right. We're so good
Uh,
we can change your weather.
yeah, right. Yeah. Let's see. Performing. I wrote a note about when I was doing the thing about performing. When I perform out of town, I stumbled more, which is like more, like I said, more death of the bit. That's got to be cleaner. Um,
Okay.
and then I got to be more descriptive with the demon. Here's what convinced me a demon ran this hotel. And I was playing with the idea recently about, yeah, I'm convinced someone accidentally summoned a demon from the abyss and this thing bought a hotel. you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was the Psycho? Wasn't Psycho in a hotel?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Bates Motel.
Bates Motel.
Yeah.
Um, Psycho. What was that movie years ago? It's on the tip of my tongue. Not The Exorcist. Oh my God.
What happened in it?
Where the guy, his little son, he realized was sent by the devil.
Oh, Omen.
Omen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
But it was freaky that, like, I wonder if you could say, what am I saying?
Damien.
The Omen Hotel
Yeah,
is
the Omen Hotel.
you know what I mean? Like that might get lost on younger people, but it just the Omen. It does sound.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what's the word. A little scary.
Damien was behind the front desk.
Yeah,
That was
Damien
the
was
kid's
behind the
name,
front
Damien.
desk.
Yeah.
He's watching Halloween on the TV, or he's
Yeah.
watching. He's got a Mike Myers poster behind him. I'm like, I don't know if I should be staying in this place. There's a white hockey
I like
mask.
that. I like that. The Omen Hotel.
The Omen Hotel.
I'm convinced the people that own this place were evil. First of all, the name Omen Hotel. I mean, come on.
That should have been a clue, right?
Should have been a clue right there. Omen Hotel. And then I go. The thing about the TV guide, I think that was something that like only half the audience got. I mean, it got a laugh, which I'm very, very happy about. I think it deserved a bigger laugh, but a lot of the times, the audience, sometimes they get to be spoon fed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, only half the audience got it. So, I mean, I hate to call that a smart joke, but it might have been a little too smart for the crowd.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the ones you try a few more times and see how you like it.
Yeah, I love it. It. And by the way, when I call it a smart joke, I'm only calling it that because I have no other explanation for why. Why it didn't get the laugh it got. So I thought that I would add, right there in the center of the coffee table, the current issue of the TV guide. I knew what was happening on every channel in America, but I couldn't watch it.
No.
I think I add something like that.
What? Yes.
And then do your analogy, which I thought your analogy was a great way to wrap it up. The restaurant analogy at the end. But I think that should be flipped. That should be flipped. I say it's like going to McDonald's and they hand you a Ruth's Chris menu.
Yeah, right, right.
Yes. I think that should be. That's like going to Ruth's Chris. Everybody's eating $150 steaks, and they hand you a menu to Burger King. Hey, this is for you.
You enjoy this. Have it your way, you.
Right, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Have it your way. Yeah. It's the only
I
way
wonder if, and I don't want to like belabor it and just beat it up so much, but like with the TV guide thing,
yeah,
you're saying, I know it's on TV. I know it's on TV. Whatever. And I know what the whole country can watch.
Yeah.
They actually left it. I'm wondering, how do you word that? You said there's a TV guide.
I wrote. I go. Well, this is what This is what convinced me they're evil. Right there, on the center of the coffee table. Pause, 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 pause. The current episode of the TV guide.
Edition.
Oh, current edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current edition of the TV guide. I knew what was happening on every channel in America. I couldn't watch it. That's evil.
What if
That's
I'm
Joseph
almost wondering,
Mengele.
like,
What?
I'm almost wondering, and I don't know if this is just too far fetched. And what if you were to say you're thumbing through the TV guide and you go, I don't name a show. NCIS is on. Oh my God! I called my wife. Go, honey, please put on NBC, please. Like you FaceTimed your wife so you could watch it.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
I don't know if it's getting too convoluted, but
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like you just
yeah.
went.
Wife to watch.
Oh my God, NCIS is on.
Yeah. Oh, it's the one with the guy and the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a dead guy, and I have to investigate. It's like everyone.
Yeah, it's a dead guy, and they have to investigate.
There's a spy in the country, and he's going to release a nuclear bomb in Los Angeles. Honey, quick! Please put it on. Your FaceTime, put it on. I gotta watch it.
Yeah. Hold the phone steady.
You hold the phone steady. What's the matter with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's workable or if it's getting too cutesy, but
listen, if the bit is killing,
yeah,
that's just another level to go to. That's just, I can totally see me tagging with that.
Yeah.
Could
be. Yeah, that could be a little something. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if the bit's killing, when a bit's killing, you want to milk it. Let me see if I can get some more laughs from this little premise, this little concept. Yeah. I was very, very pleased with how this went, especially for a first time. And I know you remember, as soon as I got off stage, I texted you. I said, "Hey man, I got another Fly or Die video."
Yeah.
I got another Fly. I was so excited because I mean, because basically this project, and this is a project, and it's it's work and whatever, and you want to contribute to the thing, but that it it flew.
It flew.
It didn't. You know what? It didn't fly high, but it got off the ground a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it was better than the Wright brothers' first attempt at flying. You got this thing up and going.
Yeah.
And you landed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now there was just a little turbulence on the flight. That's all.
That's a great analogy. Yeah,
so
your lines were great. Your restaurant analogy at the end wraps it up. I think this is going to wind up being another bit that winds up in my act and replaces something that's currently there, and that is very exciting for me.
Yeah, it's too much of a bit for it not to replace something. It's not 10 seconds. It's not a joke or two.
Yeah,
it's a bit. And the thing is, Vinny, that's a great TV bit.
Yeah.
You get rid of the turbulence.
Yeah.
And you're flowing, and part of it is just you're up there thinking about it as opposed to just doing it. That's part of the turbulence. You go, what's next? We're always thinking like that.
100%.
So this will be a great, and you could do it clean, or you could say kicking the teeth or kicking the balls. I think it's a great TV bit.
Yeah.
A clean bit, but that's also a comedy club bit. It's a comedy. It's not just squeaky clean.
Yeah.
It's a great bit for that because and it's 4 minutes. If you can even add a little bit to it.
Yeah.
And that's a whole that's like a Tonight Show appearance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a thing you could send out and go, this covers your whole, spot. I mean, and I just think it's really funny. And the fact that you laid it out like that the first time
Yeah.
was very impressive.
Yeah. It's, I was nervous about doing it because once again, opening up for a guy, you got to deliver,
Yeah.
this isn't just a couple of lines. This is a
No.
bit I'm trying. And it got sufficient laughs
Yeah.
that, it wasn't like the management coming and go, what's going on in there?
Yeah, right.
What's happening? Why is the room so quiet? What's going on? Yeah. So yeah. So I'm very pleased. And you know what? And if it wasn't for you and this podcast, I wouldn't have those little lines that made it work like it did. And hey, wouldn't have this new bit.
Yeah.
And this is going to be another one that I'm going to bring back to the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll see a bit update.
Yeah.
And pretty soon we're going to see another update on the I Hate My Son bit, which is coming along so good, buddy.
Okay,
I just love doing it. I love doing it.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. That's all I have. Did you have anything more for it?
No, I'm going to wait to the next one. I got a couple of ideas that I really think are good, and I want to run them by you.
Okay.
We'll do it on the next one.
Yeah. Okay. Can't thank you enough, Vac, for this. I'm going to definitely give this another shot. I'm going to definitely tape it. I may tape it this weekend. I'm going to be in Birmingham, Alabama at the Star Dome, which is a great, great club. And I'll try to get it on tape there and people get another look at it. And in the meantime, let everybody know how to get in touch with you.
The website is gregvac.com, GregVac.com, and everything else is there. You can find it.
Same here with me. Go to my website. It's vinnie.com, VINNIE.com. Links to all my social media. If you enjoy the podcast, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. That really helps us out. Give us a rating. And if you have any idea for the bits that Vac and I are working on, the podcast email is newbitspodcast@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Vac. I'll see you online, brother.
All right, bud.